Hi there, and thank you for listening to this Be Their Boutique presentation over the issue of employee theft. Employee theft disrupts the trust between the employee and the manager or owner. Employee theft involves an employee misusing their power within their job. They usually steal in many different forms. These forms include money, time, supplies, merchandise, and information. An employee can misuse time by inappropriately prolonging the length they are present during work. An employee can sell or tell company information that is mostly internal and should not be outside of the company. An employee can steal merchandise as well as supplies to the company. Lastly, an employee can steal money from the company that they work at that they do not own. All these forms are examples of how an employee can commit employee theft. Employee theft has been very harmful throughout the United States. It has destructed companies both big and small. This is not good for the economy and can most definitely cause bankruptcy for a company. When it comes to data, it is estimated that up to 75% of all employee theft goes unnoticed. Also, 30% of employees will steal at least once in their career. This all results in a loss of $80 billion each year in total for companies in the U.S. So why do you think it is so tempting for employees to steal? This is mostly due to personal downfalls and hardships. Employees will steal from the company when the economy is in a recession. Employees will also steal if they are having any personal hardships with relationships or personal issues within. Also, if any employee has a low salary, they will be tempted to steal and have more money. This also occurs with cutbacks that a company is forced to make. There can be many solutions to employee theft. First, a company should add background checks before hiring a person. Background checks will warn companies of employees who have committed any previous crimes. Second, no supervisor should make any assumptions regarding temptations to steal. No matter the length an employee has worked for a company, there should still be rules. Third, a company should remove the opportunity to steal. There should be checks and balances, making sure that there is always someone watching the work of another. This will ensure consistency and reliability of all employees. Next, a supervisor should create a plan to discourage employee theft, but should have the help of all employees. Having the employee create the plan will give an outside opinion. Alongside of these policy creations, they must be clear and comprehensive so there is no misconceptions or mishearing. Lastly, there must be positive influences within the company. Technology should be recognized as a true and realistic form of security. One solution is remote monitoring. This solution is most useful in a retail store because it involved placing cameras around the store. Another form is called keystroke logging. This kind of technology can prevent the theft of time by using the computer. An employee can detect the website being accessed, which can usually be inappropriate or unnecessary to companies. This form can prevent poor use of time that could be put towards improving a company. There are many various company solutions that I have researched in order to fully understand this issue of employee theft. For example, a nurse at a hospital in the UK was fired due to employee theft. As she was on her lunch break, the nurse tried to get a single soda out of a soda machine. This resulted in multiple sodas falling out of the machine. She decided to take all the sodas, even though she only paid for one, and distributed them to all co-employees. This is considered employee theft because she did not pay for the extra sodas and just decided to take them without telling any manager. Just like our employee stealing, or any employee stealing, she was going to be fired, and this is any kind that could happen to any possible consequence to employee theft. Another example is an employee named Patricia Smith, who embezzled more than $10 million from her job at the Acura dealership. She was able to embezzle through consistent record keeping and bank transfers through many years of crime. She had much power, which also accompanied her ability to steal so much money. An employer must have considered Patricia very trustworthy, and must have also been very disappointed in realizing the truth of her employee. Smith will be going to prison and will have to return the stolen money to the dealership. The last example is Aubrey James Fisher, who is an employee at Office Depot, Inc. She completely lost the trust of all her employees' employers. As she worked through the corporation of Office Depot, she was put in charge of a lot and was considered to have much power. Unfortunately, she sold confidential information about the company's sales and promotions to the rival company, Staples, Inc. Fisher was able to do this through having the power to access Office Depot confidential information and usage. She sent an email to the Staples employee that informed those of future product and prices that were not supposed to be shared. This form of employee theft is the theft of information. Fisher will most likely face 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. So all final thoughts are that employee theft is a very serious crime that is commonly overlooked but should not be undermined. Though it can start out as tedious and not harmful, it can enlarge into a serious problem that cannot be easily fixed. Employee must serve the consequences in order to learn the negativity to such crime, as well as have future employees understand the severity. If nothing is done about employee theft, it will continue to happen because employees will not see it as a problem. So, in result, there will be rewards if anyone hears of employee theft or witnesses this occurring within Be There Boutique. These slides contain my resources used in order to fully understand the information in the research I did. They contain the background information as well as the various companies that I researched in order to understand this employee theft. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.